Hello, this is Bruce Maloch, State Senator for District 12, with a word about legislative activities and the coronavirus in Arkansas. It's May 15th. I'm in my office at the state capitol where we have just completed a long legislative council meeting. The Legislative Council is the interim committee that provides oversight for the government and different activities when we're not in session. The legislature meets in regular session every odd-numbered year, and that usually lasts from the 1st of January until about the first week or so of April. Then in even-numbered years, we have a fiscal session, which is normally 3 to 4 weeks. This year it was very much abbreviated because of the coronavirus. But when we're not in session, we have interim activities, interim committee meetings, the Legislative Council today, and some of the things that we looked at today was a review of the Ready for Business grant program that we've talked about the last couple of weeks. Our final action on that was to fund all of the applicants for that. It's $147 million, so that money will be going out to businesses in the state. We also received an update on the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program that we've had some difficulty getting up and running, but now it is. We've had 30,000 applicants for that. Last week, I was disappointed to report that it was going to be toward the end of the month before we expected those monies to be paid out. Today, we were updated, and the plan now is to send payments out the week of May the 18th, so that's some good news. We also received an update on CARES Act funding, the $1.25 billion that is coming to the state through the CARES Act from the federal government. And there are also a number of direct payments through the CARES Act that go to colleges, hospitals, things like that throughout the state, and we're monitoring those as well. It's been a busy week for committee meetings. We have other interim committees. I also serve on the Agriculture Committee. We met on Tuesday of this week and received a report from Dr. Mark Cochran with the University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture Extension Service. He and some other representatives of the Extension Service gave us an update on the impact of COVID-19 on agriculture. And of course, agriculture is such an important industry to our state. We also heard from Cody Burkham with the Arkansas Cattlemen's Association on the impact of the coronavirus on the beef industry, and certainly it's had a negative impact there as well. There's some different things that I've looked at throughout the week that I think are very important as we plan on opening back up. Let me give, first of all, a quick update on our numbers. As of May 14th, we had 4,366 cases of coronavirus in Arkansas. That's up 701 from a week ago. That's a higher number than last week, but it's about the same as 2 weeks ago. Most of you probably know or remember that we need 14 days of either declining or at least steady numbers before we can move from phase 1 to phase 2 of opening back up the economy. And regardless of what that time frame is, we have to make plans. And I've talked to some school superintendents this week about some of the plans that they are making. Again, not knowing now whether we will have on-site instruction or whether we will continue with digital learning even in the fall. But I can tell you that that really creates a hardship on a lot of people in my district and throughout the state because of the issue with rural broadband. I had one superintendent tell me that he could provide every student with a Chromebook or an iPad, but it wouldn't matter because when they go home, they do not have access to broadband. That's one of my priorities legislatively. It's one of the things that I've worked on in the past and will continue to work on in the next legislative session. This is an issue really that I think the federal government should have approached like the Rural Electrification Act back in the 1930s so we could have adequate broadband throughout the country. It's important if we're going to deliver education by that means, which hopefully we can get them back on site, but it's also important for people that are working from home. So that's an issue that we'll work on. I'm adding another resource link to my Facebook page, arkansasready.com. You can go to that site and find a lot of information available. I will continue to post links to the census and some of the other resources for businesses and individuals. In the meantime, as always, be safe, stay healthy, and call on me if there's anything I can do to help you.